Will you join me today for an experiment? I have a very special guest. Hey, I'm Dr. Patty Barch. I'm a traditional naturopath, founder and owner of Naturally Unbridled Wellness and naturallyunbridled.com, where we focus on wellness solutions, not disease management. This is Down the Ridge with Dr. Patty, where I give you 7 to 10 minutes of holistic life and wellness information on my way to work. It's not medical advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Nothing I say is true. Don't listen to me. Okay, guys, I'm bringing in Dr. Patty Barch. So a lot of you know that I'm originally from Boston. I used to have a really strong Boston accent. It sneaks out every once in a while, but every now and then I like to call in my alter ego, Dr. Patty Barch, and let her talk because she is an expert in sarcasm and satire. So here we go. So I don't know if you heard, but Mark Zuckerberg, he wrote a letter to some Senate subcommittee or something and said that I'm really sorry for not letting people say the things that they wanted to say on my platforms when all the shit was hitting the fan, because I regret that at this point, because we only let certain people talk, and that's anti-American. So, that's a problem. So this experiment's to see, did Mark Zuckerberg just blow smoke, or is he actually, letting people say stuff now? Because we still got, excuse me, we still got a lot going on, and I'm going to give you some of the science behind that. So I'm going to say some stuff. I'm still going to speak kind of like I've been, my brain just works that way now, but I'm going to give you some of the science about why, we're still seeing problems years later. And good morning, Mr. Bicycle. Sorry. We got 2 inches of rain last night, and there's the mold counts and all that stuff is up some a little this morning. I'm gonna take a quick drink. Okay, so clinical trials. Oh shit, I didn't want to say that. Clinical trials, said it again, typically last 10 years before they know if it's going to be okay to do something. So normally they just give it to, a small amount of people, and they monitor those people pretty closely for a decade to see what happens, because some of this stuff just develops years into the thing. So sometimes I had a client this week, and she's got a new case of cancer. I got more cancer cases now than I ever had. I have at least one new cancer case a week these days, and I used to get one cancer case a year. It's crazy. So I can't say if her cancer is related to the 2 or 3, she couldn't remember, shots that she got, or if it's from something else. But I said there is a connection. It's been well documented of cancer being associated with people who rolled up their sleeves in the early 2020s, 21, 22, all of that stuff. And she's like, wait, what? I never heard anything about that. I'm like, yeah, because they don't talk about it on the news. But it's well documented. And, yesterday my brother sent me a text. He lives in Tennessee, and he sent me a news article about, I forget now if he was a 12-year-old kid, but 12 or 15, I can't remember, that he dropped dead of a heart attack, right? And his dad had a stroke. And one of my Facebook friends went back into the mom's social media profile and saw that there was a proud badge about, rolling up a sleeve. So we can infer, we don't know for sure, but, perhaps the husband and the son also rolled up their sleeves, and this could be contributing to their I think they're both alive, but not in good shape. Anyway, and people are like, but that was 3 years ago that they rolled up their sleeve. And I'm like, dude, it's supposed to take 10 years for them to figure this stuff out. And I've been following the research. A lot of you know that I used to be a professional scientist. I did cancer research for 8 years. I had a really good cancer drug that I worked with that went to clinical trials, but then it killed people, so we had to stop using it. Anyway, so one scientific paper that I read is out of Germany, and it explains why some you can still be seeing some of these horrible things happening. So when that recipe, that liquid goes into your body, and it, because of its, I'm going to say the words, we'll see how ghosted this thing gets. The lipid nanoparticles, that keeps, that allows that molecule to cross through cell membranes. So it's able to get into all the different cells in your body because it's basically got this UBA, right? Like the lipid nanoparticles and UBA that will take it into every cell in your body. And whatever cell that goes into, that cell, their genetic material gets hijacked and it has to start producing this foreign protein, this spike protein. We're testing the waters here. And when it makes that spike protein, whatever cell that is, the immune system recognizes that cell as bad because your human cells aren't supposed to make some foreign protein. And if they are, then your body knows, oh crap, this one's got to go. And so your body's going to attack it and you're going to have some cell death. And so this scientific research article, which is now a couple years old, I think, these people, these scientists in Germany, what they did was all these people that dropped dead at home, they took their hearts and they did like pathology on them, and they cut them into little slices and put them on microscopes and stained them, and they looked to see, like, you know, what are we seeing here? And what they were seeing was like a really bizarre phenomenon where the, like, in a regular heart attack, part of the heart muscle doesn't get enough blood to it, and it starves to death and it dies. And so that creates a scar because the heart doesn't heal, it just scars over. So what they found were pinpoint scarring in the hearts of these people that dropped dead at home. And that was a different phenomenon. But what happened was then they stained for the spike protein, and they saw that all these areas that had the dead cells and the scarring had the spike protein there as well. So one of the things that happens is this cardiac arrest thing, because when that when you get that like pinpoint scarring across the heart, it interferes with the electrical conductivity of the heart. It's supposed to be like a specific wave, right? Every time the heart beats, the electricity goes across the heart in a specific fashion. And when you start getting the scars, there's like shorts in the wire, and so the heart can't conduct electricity the way it's supposed to, and you get stray voltage, and that can lead to cardiac arrest. So sometimes people might start experiencing things like AFib or heart flutter, palpitations, different things like that, and that could be a little bit of a warning sign that it doesn't always mean that, so don't think you're gonna drop dead of cardiac arrest. But what can happen is there is a critical velocity, right? So you get enough of this pinpoint scarring in the heart, and eventually there's something tips the apple cart, right? It's the straw that broke the camel's back and all the other metaphors and cliches that you can throw at that. But anyway, it can't take it anymore, and it stops beating. There's not a good pathway for the electricity. It stops beating, and that's when you get this cardiac arrest. So we've seen this now with a bunch of athletes, and we do see it now. I mean, we've been seeing it ever since people started rolling up their sleeves, right? They're just dropping like flies. And we're seeing it in kids, and it's horrible. Other things that we're seeing, tons and tons and tons of autoimmune disease, because remember, any cell that ingredient went into that is now producing a foreign protein, the body says, you're a bad actor, I got to get rid of you, and it attacks it. So you get autoimmune diseases some people coming in, they got like 4 or 5 different autoimmune disease diagnoses. Lots of infertility stuff, lots of very, very sad, like stillborns and late-term miscarriages, like that sort of stuff. That's happening a lot more. So, we are not out of this. We're 3 years past the rollout, I think, of those sleeve things. And we're still having problems, and we're going to have problems. So, don't forget who the people were who said they'd never make you do this, and it's your body, you can do what you want. But now these people said, no, everybody, you have to do this. And if you don't do it, you're a horrible person, and you're a murderer. And I don't think you're supposed to say that on social media either. But, you know, the people who made people do this, and people who are responsible for all these people dropping dead and, you know, being infertile and suffering with autoimmune disease. Oh, we're seeing a lot of small fiber neuropathy too, like a lot of tingling, burning, crawling sensations in the hands, feet, legs, you know, that sort of stuff. We're seeing a lot of that now too. This stuff takes a while to come out, folks. We tried telling you 3 years ago, but you know, Facebook and all that made it super hard for us to get the message out. So we're doing what we can now, but God help you if you're still rolling up your sleeve. Like I don't think there's any help for you. Sorry. So anyway, pray for the country. We're in a freaking mess, and we're only at the tip of the iceberg, so it's gonna suck. So I hope on that happy note, you guys have a really nice Labor Day weekend and get some rest, spend some time outside in nature, pick stuff out of your garden and eat it. It's healthy for you. Peace out.